Living Proof riders, volunteers, and the rest of the PwC community, PMC community. It truly is an honor and a privilege to be among you in this way and to say a few words this afternoon. First, a little bit about my story. So my story began in a way that I suspect is familiar to many of you. I lost someone dear to me to cancer. My mother died from stomach cancer in 1994. I wrote my first PMC the next year to honor her memory. By then, I was already living in New York City, and so the chance to come back to Massachusetts to ride the PMC was sort of a roots trip for me. I'm originally from Marblehead, or as the locals like to say, Marblehead. Right from the start, I was taken by the mission, the spirit, the organization of the PMC. I wrote a bunch of double centuries in the 1990s and the early 2000s. My reasons for deepening my involvement are no doubt familiar to many of you. First, meaningfulness. Cancer has obviously touched all of us in the Living Proof community, but my understanding is that more than 90% of all PMC participants have been impacted. Someone in their life close to them has had cancer, so meaningful for all of us. Leading organization, as you know, PMC is the leading single most successful athletic fundraiser in the country. We riders and volunteers have raised more than $900 million over the years. And for the first time, you heard in Billy's remarks last night, we're fully confident that next year we will pass the $1 billion mark. What an amazing, amazing number. A third reason, the operational excellence, as you know, for 17 years now, 100% of all funds raised by the PMC have gone through to Dana-Farber. So we riders, volunteers, sponsors, donors, we are part of the solution. And the last thing that deepened my involvement in the early years, a full family affair. So I have recruited my young adult sons, my daughter, my son-in-law, my wife, my mother-in-law to the PMC over the years. All of them have ridden with me at one time or another. And want to do a shout out to my son Ben, who's here. Ben's going to be riding with me tomorrow from Wellesley. Very special part of the experience to have him with me. Past 5 years, my life has taken some turns and twists that I could not have predicted, and which have broadened and deepened my commitment to the PMC even further. Call it fate, call it synchronicity, call it the universe sending me some impossible to ignore messages. So first, I was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2018, surgery in early 2019, successful. Got back on my bike within a couple of months and rode my first PMC as a Living Proof rider in 2019. I am so proud to be among all of you. You are such a courageous, determined, and hopeful community. Didn't imagine I would be joining this community 6 years ago, but I'm sure all of you feel the same way. But that's what life has dealt us. In that same year, I was recruited to join PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC. PwC, as I hope you know, is a long-time and robust supporter of the PMC. And in fact, for the third year in a row, PwC is the sponsor of the Living Proof community. The PMC aligns fully with PwC's core values of caring, of making a difference, of working together. So a shout out to all my PwC colleagues who are here. Thank you for all you do for the PMC. Thank you for the way in which you live PwC values all year long. Then last year, my wife Jan was diagnosed and successfully treated for ovarian cancer. So she now joins our ranks as a Living Proofer. And if that were not enough, as soon as she finished her treatment, my mother-in-law was also diagnosed with ovarian cancer. So hopefully she will be vigorous enough to be a Living Proof volunteer in the future. So certainly in my family, like I'm sure in so many of yours, too much cancer, too few cures. So in reflecting on all of this, a couple of thoughts. First, there are no health guarantees in life. We should all be appreciative and grateful for the good enough health that allows all of us to either to ride or to volunteer for the PMC. Second, do not go it alone. Certainly everybody's cancer journey is different, is individualized, but what unites us all is that cancer is a challenge for all of us. Draw on the love and support of family, of friends, of colleagues, of co-workers, of fellow PMCers, whoever it is that provides support to you. Make sure you're drawing on them more fully, not less fully, during your cancer journey. Deepen your connection to all of them. And third, continue our commitment to the PMC, continue to recruit more riders, expand our fundraising on behalf of this amazing organization. So at this point, I want to acknowledge everybody associated with the PMC, past, present, future. Thank you for your courage, your passion, your determination. We've already accomplished a great deal, but there's still more to be done. And as Billy and PMC leaders consistently remind us, our collective efforts are bringing us that much closer by the mile to a world without cancer. So at this point, I want to raise a toast to the good health of everybody associated with the PMC.
Thank you, Alan. Okay, you're staying right here. So first, my comments. This group gets larger every year. And by and large, that's a great story. I look around, I know a lot of people in this picture. So that's pretty powerful, but I can also testify to the ones that I know well. They're living very full lives. I hope you all are. I suppose one of my favorite stories to tell as the recruiter that I am is cancer or otherwise. Who wouldn't want to ride their bike 200 miles in the rain or the heat? But today we really hit it. You know, right? And yet I also had to reflect on last year. I mean, my comment, again, as an event organizer, last year was a lot more about survival. Not a cloud in the sky, close to 100 degrees. There was no escaping the heat and the humidity. And I think of this community like was painful what you had to deal with. All of us rode. I suspect that this group knows a lot about survival. And I suppose you'd also prefer to be surviving it on the bike versus in the treatment rooms. But you've had first-hand experience at a certain level. All of us got that last year. It's not the first hot year we ever had. We have a lot of them. And I'm proud of the organization I've built that you know, as does every PMC rider, the support services are going to be there. We couldn't do it without the 3,000 plus volunteers. I know you all know that. And there are people, Betsy Duffy in the crowd, who's taken a piece of the PMC year after year. She'll be there, she'll help build it out, she'll make it better. And it's hers. It's not mine, it's hers. So there are a lot of you, and a lot of this crowd. So congratulations. I gotta tell you, mode one thing. Supposed to be better. 75 and dry. No wind. You know, we're going to P-Town. A lot of us are going to P-Town. So that's pretty cool. Thank you all.
So take the photographs and still frame